Welcome to this one-day match between Canada and India at Derby. So the outcome is that Canada, there are a few clouds about. Jim Maxwell is with me and a big audience. So let's take a look at the teams. Here, Canada are about to start their innings. India are about to start their innings. Tendulkar waiting at the striker's end. Stopped by Sato. Joseph to bowl to Tendulkar. Joseph to Tendulkar. It's straight at Thuraisingham. Tendulkar facing. There's the first runs of the day for India. It's straight to a fielder. And the end of the over. The required run rate is around 6.5 and over.
The fielding restrictions provide the opportunity for attacking batsmen to score some fast early runs.
Joseph is chasing that one, played off the back foot. Joseph out at long off. Tendulkar sending him back. There's just one there. He's taken the aerial route there. 4 runs. That's the first boundary for Tendulkar.
A bit uppish, but safe enough. 4 runs.
Hit straight to a fielder. Tendulkar waiting at the striker's end. Thuraisingham to bowl to Tendulkar. De Groot is after it, steered expertly into the gap. One run to Tendulkar. 7 runs came from that over. The required run rate is around 6.5 and over. It's straight at Thuraisingham. Joseph continues. Stopped by De Groot. Tendulkar facing. That's cleared the infield. He's timing the ball perfectly today.
Well, it was in the air, but there's no one there. No risk.
Joseph at the start of his run-up. Tendulkar facing. Stopped by Thuraisingham. Joseph to Tendulkar. Wide ball signalled by the umpire.
You can't get away with any width in one-day cricket because the umpire will call you for a wide. Picked up very early by Tendulkar.
And the end of the over. The required run rate is around 6 and over.
It's a little odd that the batsmen haven't made a wholehearted effort to stick with the required run rate.
De Groot is not going to reach that. That's the first boundary for Prabed.
Poor Bolden. His captain won't be too happy with him after that delivery.
He's gone over the top with that, and it looks like 4 runs. Dravid is very quickly onto that one.
He picked that up nicely, and it's got him 4.
Hit straight at Davison. Thuraisingham continues. He goes over the top. Super shot by Dravid.
His straight driving is perfect at times.
Dravid waiting at the striker's end. That's racing away to the square leg boundary. He had his eyes closed when he played that one.
What a good hook shot. Got on top of it, kept it down, and beat the fielder too.
Thuraisingham was expensive in that over. The required run rate is around 5.5 and over.
That was an expensive over for Canada.
That's in the stands. 6 runs. Well, that was 6 as soon as he hit it.
Another one of those, and this bowler could be out of the attack.
Joseph to bowl to Tendulkar.
That could prove very costly later in the match.
Thuraisingham is in pursuit, fielded by Thuraisingham. They've turned that into 2, that's good running. Joseph continues. Tendulkar facing. That's a big hit. It's 6. Joseph won't like that at all.
Great strike. It looked like 6 the moment he struck it.
15 overs are left for India. The required run rate is around 5 and over.
Canada need to keep it tighter than that.
The 50 is up for India.
The bowlers really need to keep it tight this stage of the match.
India have made a solid start to the match.
The bowler needs to avoid giving away boundaries, so he must keep it tight.
Thuraisingham to bowl to Dravid. Joseph, that one. Not timed perfectly, but they'll get some runs anyway. Another single to Dravid. There it goes. That was really well judged. It went a long way up.
He kept his concentration really well. He had a long time to think about that before it came down.
Thuraisingham gets his first wicket. This was how the wicket fell. Tendulkar is making his way back to the pavilion.
He'll be kicking himself about that dismissal. He really didn't play that ball very well.
Hit straight to a fielder. Thuraisingham continues. That's in the air, but it's 4 runs. Those are the first runs for Ganguly.
Well, he just got away with it. Risky shot. I'd recommend keeping the ball on the ground at this stage.
7 runs came from that over for India. The required run rate is around 4.5 and over.
That was a costly over. You can't afford to concede that many runs off an over at this. Oh dear, that's a poor piece of fielding. He seemed to take his eye off the ball.
Dravid sending him back. That's gone high in the air. Chumney couldn't quite reach it. Just one run. Pushed into the gap. A shot. He found the gap with precision.
That was a beautifully played leg glance. Right off the face of the bat, just turning the wrists as it got to him.
Joseph continues. It's straight at Codrington. Joseph with the final ball of his spell. An easy single there to David. That over cost 3 runs. The required run rate is around 4 and over. Thuraisingham continues. It's straight to a fielder. Thuraisingham to Dravid. Stopped by Joseph. Dravid waiting at the striker's end. Stopped in the covers. Thuraisingham continues. Joseph is after it.
Yeah.
The sweeper picks up. 2 more to Dravid. That might just go all the way to the rope. Thuraisingham is not impressed.
Magnificent shot. The on drive is one of the hardest shots to play, and he's one of the great exponents of it. They've been riding above the run rate required so far. Good batting by India.
Ganguly facing. Ganguly facing. Thuraisingham chasing that one. He's worked that into the gap.
Yeah.
That's 2 more runs on the board. Well played, but the fielder will cut that one off. One more to Ganguly. Sator is after it. One run to Dravid. Comfortably held by Codrington.
The fielder did well there. He made it look easy, but it was a difficult catch to take.
Davison gets his first wicket. This was the end of the innings for Ganguly. So then, that's the end of Ganguly. 4 runs came from that over by Davison. The required run rate is around 4 and over. Steered expertly into the gap. There's just one there. Stopped by Davison. Sator to Laxman. Laxman waiting at the striker's end. It's straight at Davison. Sator to bowl to Laxman. It goes over the top. That was a superb placement.
What a clever piece of batting. He picked a safe area and just lifted it over the infield.
De Groot is chasing that one. De Groot out at long off. Just one run. And the end of the over. The required run rate is around 4 and over. A single to Laxman. Over the top and away for 4. Dravid very quickly onto that one.
He should be looking to bowl a tighter line at this stage.
Dravid waiting at the striker's end. One run to Dravid. That's a cracking shot. Really smacked that back past the bowler.
He picked his spot well there, a glorious boundary.
Sator after that one.
Yeah.
They've turned that into 2. That's good running. Davison was expensive in that over. The required run rate is around 3 and over.
Yes.
Hit straight to a fielder. Dravid facing. That's been given as a wide.
There are stricter rules on wides in one-day cricket, so you need to be careful not to drift down the leg side.
Sator to Dravid. Sator to continue with his off-spin. Wide ball signalled by the umpire. That's been given as a wide.
He's consistently bowling wide and really needs to sort out his line.
De Groot is in to shoot.
Yeah.
De Groot out at long on. 2 runs to Dravid. There it goes.
Yeah.
And he's got away with it. One more for Dravid. De Groot is after it.
Run.
De Groot out there in the deep. There's just one there. Wide ball signalled by the umpire.
Are bowling too many wides out there. They need to keep it tighter.
Sator to continue with his off-spin. He's cleared the infield. 4 runs. That's 50 for Dravid.
The bowler needs to avoid giving away boundaries, so he must keep it tight.
That over cost 12 runs. The required run rate is around 1.5 and over. De Groot is chasing that one.
Yeah.
De Groot out at long off. That's 2 more runs on the board. Hit straight at Joseph. Laxman waiting at the striker's end. Bill Cliff is in pursuit. A couple there to Laxman. De Groot is up at that one. De Groot out at long off. They've turned that into 2, that's good running. That should just reach the fence. Davison is not impressed.
He really laid into that delivery. 4 runs all the way.
Davison continues. Harris is chasing that one. Fielded on the boundary by Harris. There's just one there. 7 overs are left for India. The required run rate is around 1 and over.
That was an expensive over for Canada.
That's over the rope. 6 runs off Sator. Sator won't like that at all.
He really is very good straight down the ground.
Canada looked very disappointed with that result. So to sum up then, India win by 8 wickets.